So, a very good morning, dear students of class 11 and 12. Once again, we have our English language class, and today we are going to discuss how to write the review of a cultural program. So, you have done book review, you have done film review. Now, we are coming to cultural program review. So, please pay attention to whatever comes up on your screen and listen to my explanation very carefully. So, I'm scrolling up. Now, on your screen, you can see the page which I have taken from Directed Writing Part 2, Unit 6 of Total English Book 12. Now, this is taken from the class 12 latest edition textbook, but it is applicable for both class 11 and 12. So, let us have a quick look at the steps which must be followed and the components of a cultural program review. So, on your screen, you can see review of a cultural program. A cultural program comprises events aimed at highlighting the values and culture of a society or a nation. These events include dance, music, folk songs and folk dance, short skits, fete, etc. Now, you are accustomed to all of these because in your school you have all these events at one time or the other, and so you are well aware of how a cultural program is organized, and you had a glimpse of a mega cultural event in the form of annual day which we had in 2018 December, and then of course you have your annual fete. Of course, it's held on Children's Day. Plus, you have so many other cultural events throughout the year. Only this year is an exception, but still we are having it through a virtual mode. So many competitions have already been organized, and the results have been declared. Now, you have a mega 2 days long cultural event called the Inter-House Cultural Competition also. And so you have seen all these events happening in these cultural events. Now, suppose you are a reporter and you have been asked to write a review, or rather a report or a directed writing. Why directed? Because the clues or the points are already provided to you in the question. You have to follow those clues and you have to build the report or the review. Now, let us see what such a review should contain. A review of such a program must include the following. First point is date and venue of the program. That means when is the program being organized, on which date is it being organized, and then the venue. Venue refers to the place. Place, of course, is the school, you will say, but then it's not just the school where it is organized. You have to be specific. That means you have to mention that it is being organized either in an open air stage, as we did in case of the last annual day, or it could be inside the school auditorium. So you have to mention that very clearly, the venue as well as the date of the program. And with the date, obviously you have to give a mention of the time and for how long this program goes on, from what time to what time. That is the duration of this program should also come in this. Now, the second point is inauguration by a chief guest. Now, whether it is your annual day, whether it is your St. James Day or any special occasion, we have a chief guest who is invited and who comes and who lights the lamp and inaugurates the program, then gives a speech and finally gives away the prizes also to the winners. So, inauguration by a chief guest. Now, if it is your annual fete, Children's Day fete, you have seen that the chief guest comes and cuts the ribbon and declares the fete open, or he cuts the ribbon for the exhibition, he cuts the ribbon for the fete. So, these are the basic norms of organizing any such big program. Then you have entertainment program. So apart from the usual rituals, like you have the lighting of the lamp, you have the inauguration part. After that, of course, maybe you have a prayer service or a prayer dance, and then you begin with the actual program. Now this actual program entertains us because it has so many things, so many items in it. You have dances, you have music that is instrumental, you have the school band, you have folk songs or folk dances, you have western dance and group songs and solo songs, so many things, even fashion shows, theme based fashion shows. And you have skit also in inter-house culturals, you have skit competition for the four houses. So all these actually entertain us. Other important features apart from this, anything else associated with the program. You can talk about special awards being given away that day, and the chief guest being awarded a token of love and appreciation by the principal. Or it could be maybe it could be the day when something special is announced or inaugurated. So many things additionally with the main entertaining program could be there. You could even have the inauguration of the school magazine on the occasion, or you could have the inauguration of maybe a music room for the children to come and learn music, or games room for the tiny tots of the primary section. So all falls into the what you can say, the area of this particular cultural program. Then next is highlights of the program. Now highlights of the program definitely will be about what was very special, what was the best, what was the most significant event, the one which was enjoyed the most and is the most talked about event. So you could possibly highlight on the important features of certain events. And then you come to chief guest's reaction and reaction of the audience. So that should also come. Chief guest's reaction is very easy, because when at the end of the program chief guest is invited to give his address, he will speak about how he has enjoyed the program, what he has liked in the program. So from there you can get your material. So you have to be very highly imaginative. You have to keep in mind one such program of your school, and then on the basis of that you can easily build this review. So now when you have the components, these are the directions given to you. There are 6 points you can see in point form given. Now when you are asked to write a review of a cultural program, they will give you this type of points in the question itself. That is why it's called directed writing. And then on the basis of these points, how will you frame it? So here you see the points are once again given the way it is given in the question, the same way they have given it here on your screen. Outline, date and venue of the program, the inauguration and guests of honor, the main events of the program, the other events of the fest during 3 days. So you could be having a fest lasting for 3 days. In our school we have inter-house culturals for 2 days. Then presentation of awards to the winners, that is usually done on the last day at the end of the day's program. So you will see sometimes you will see me announcing and brother giving away, principal giving away the prizes, the cups and shields to the winning house. And then a vote of thanks by the principal. Now in this case it could be a vote of thanks by the principal, but principal generally gives a speech separately. So there could be a vote of thanks given by the vice principal, or it could be given by one of the teachers. Sometimes even the cultural coordinator gives the vote of thanks. So it all depends on the organizers of the program. So whatever is given here, if you are to write on the basis of these points, you must follow what is given in the points. If it is mentioned vote of thanks by principal, then you have to write vote of thanks by principal. You cannot change it. So now here you have inside this box with a red border, you have a model or a sample cultural program review. What is missing here and what you need to do is that the title, as you can see, the heading or the title, Festa di Talenti. It's a French word, most French phrase, or rather I should say, which means Festival of Talent. Festival of Talent or Talents. So now if this is the title, see, it has to be something something innovative. It has to be something better than normal word or phrase. It has to be something very catchy, you could say. So that way you have to think up a nice title. Sometimes the title is provided in the question. If it is given with the question, then you have to stick to that title. And if it is not given, then you have to think up a suitable title. Now, it's not necessary that you have to write in French or Italian or German or Spanish or Japanese. You can give a suitable, catchy title in English. So, I would recommend writing something which is preferably in English. And after writing the title, you can see that the title is written in the center and center on top, and then leave a line. And after that, just below it, after leaving a line, please write review by or simply by and then your full name. That is missing here. It should be written always. Who is writing the review? Obviously, you have to mention the name of the review writer. So, after leaving a line following the title, you must write review or simply by and then your full name. Then you have, if you notice carefully, you have a short first paragraph which gives an idea about the program, and a few questions are answered, the duration of the program and the date on which it was organized, the venue, exact place where it was organized, why it was organized, why, when, where. So all these W questions, as in case of report writing, I have already mentioned in a previous video. So those W's, so all those things need to be addressed. So just let's analyze the first paragraph. We'll understand what exactly we have in the introduction paragraph. A 3-day inter-school cultural festival. What? It is an inter-school cultural festival. Now this one is an inter-school event. That means other schools are invited and they are also participating, and it's a kind of competition. So 3-day, how? For how many days? What is the duration? So again, a what question or a how question, how many question. So 3 days long, inter-school cultural festival. So 2 questions are answered in this first part of the sentence. Then the name. What's the name? Festa di Talenti. Then why? Why was it organized? Why this inter-school event was organized? As part of the centenary celebrations of 100 years. The school completed 100 years of its existence. That means our school is going to complete its golden jubilee in another 2 years. So 73 to 2023, 50 years. So we have a big mega celebration coming our way. Hopefully this coronavirus goes away before that and we can have a grand program. It has already been thought about several times by everyone, and we are looking forward to organizing that kind of. So here it is a centenary celebration of Right Ways Public School. In our case, 50 years, so it will be St. James High School or St. James School. Then where is it? Where is that school? Noida. And when was it organized? On November 5th, 2019. So the first date is mentioned, 3 days long. That means 5th, 6th and 7th November. So that is your first paragraph. Then you have to change the paragraph. Remember, whatever review or report you write, any form of directed writing should always be written in proper paragraphs. Introduction is over. Now we are going into details following the clues given on top. And we have to be elaborate and we have to make bigger paragraphs. The festival was inaugurated by the Director of Education, Mrs. Gayatri or Miss Gayatri Rao, with the lighting of a lamp. We also do the same. Professor A.K. Sen, a children's fiction writer, and Amir Khan, renowned actor, were the guests of honor. Ms. Gayatri Rao emphasized the need for students to nurture their talents till they reach perfection. Professor Sen, in his address, advised the students to read as many books as they could. So when we have a big program, we not only invite the chief guest to give his speech, we also invite the special guests of honor also to come up and give their speeches. So we do that on annual day, not for other programs which are much shorter, but we really do invite. So What they said, in short, the sum total of whatever they have said should be mentioned. So in this way, we make several paragraphs. See, students from around 10 schools. Now the paragraph changes when we are discussing something different. Now, in this first paragraph after the introduction, we were discussing about the guests and their speeches and whatever they have said. In the second paragraph after the introduction, we see the participants are being discussed. And the highlight of the festival was that it proved a platform for students from classes 6 to 12 to showcase their skills in various fields like acting, dancing, singing, debating to creative writing. So many things were included. So debate was also part of it. Then we move on to the next paragraph. Why again we are changing the paragraph? Because again something different is being discussed. On day one, teams of students from 6 schools enacted parables from the Bible, including, now we are going into the events. The previous paragraph was talking about participants and they participated in various events, and now we are going into details of events. See, step by step things are opening up. Little by little we are, just like a flower blooms from its bud. Similarly, things are becoming more and more detailed. So we can see that the acting part is being discussed, what all things they participated in and how these things were organized or how these things were done is being discussed. So after that, we have on the second day. So first day's events, now coming to second day. So second day, first day's events, see the paragraph is ending at the end of that page. Now second day, again a separate paragraph. Only problem here is that they have not left a little bit of space before starting the paragraph, which they did in case of the previous paragraph. So this is a printing error, don't have to bother much about it. And then the final day, that comes into the third paragraph. What is missing here is a conclusion paragraph. So why I am making this video is because I want to point out the shortcomings of this format, also things which are missing, things which have to be put in by you. So make sure that you manage to give a suitable conclusion also to this what do you call your cultural program review. So that's how it ends, ending with the national anthem here. But in our case, in our school, we generally end with our school song. So if you are writing something based on your school, it should be exactly like what we do in our school. So it should be written that way. So here are 2 questions. Exercise: a cultural fest was held in your colony on the occasion of Diwali. Write a review of the program for a local newspaper. And the second one, you are the editor of your school magazine. Write a review for the magazine describing the inter-school cultural program organized by your school. Now I don't want you to do the first one, but the second one, instead of inter-school, make it inter-house. Okay, so that you know how to write a review on the basis of your inter-house cultural competition. So you are the editor. So the question will be like this: you are the editor of your school magazine. Write a review for the magazine describing the inter-house cultural competition organized in your school. Instead of by your school, organized in your school. And no title is given. The clues are the same as above. Keep these as the clues. Model cultural program review outline clues. So keep these as your clues and also make use of these 6 points. And I am sending you a PDF of what you have seen just now on the screen, so that you can have a better look at it and you can refer to it whenever you feel like. So that's it. I think you have got an idea, and I have been able to explain the different steps of a cultural program review. And if you have any further doubts, you may clarify with me either in WhatsApp or by means of the interactive session which we have almost every day through Google Meet. So I have just now explained the steps of how to write the review of a cultural program, and I have also asked you to do a homework. Homework must be completed and must be done in your English language copies. I'll let you know when I want to see the homework. You can send me the homework later on when I tell you. So that's it for the day. Thank you very much.